We have a saying in our family, be the ball.
He is a man of basketball. I like to call him baseline Brad, just because you get him on the baseline, he's going to make that jumper.
Brad? Brad who? We used to have a Brad here who's maybe still is our CEO, but we haven't seen a whole lot of him since the beginning of this year. I hear he's now at the chamber, but yeah, I'm not certain about that. But yeah, I've heard the name.
B-Rad or Big Head or Buck, all common names in the Brechwald household.
And I think about Brad, like, well, what can I say that's mean or rough about him? And honestly, there just isn't a lot.
It's so rare for an engineer, let alone a civil engineer, to have people skills, but Brad pulls it off somehow.
He wants to listen to people. He wants them to share their ideas before he really shares what his thoughts are. So that way it feels very collaborative.
Really cares about the community, but also really cares about his family.
Brad loves his community. Brad loves his family. But one of the things he really loves, he loves basketball. He is a baller. He's a hoopster.
Even if it's a close game and the other team makes a basket, he'll cheer. And we look at him like, what are you doing? But he loves the game so much that he's like, that was a good shot.
He's always game to hop in a meeting. But sometimes I call him a loser for always saying yes. Sometimes he just needs to say no.
So when Brad agreed to be the chair, as we all know, he's an engineer and I'm not. So the way I described it to him was, it's a piece of cake. There's a few meetings you're going to have to go to every month and then quarterly and stuff. And I thought I did a good job explaining it. But about 2 months into it, he came to me and said, are you kidding me? It ends up being, an executive meeting, a board meeting, a weekly meeting with Jim, a quarterly meeting with the city. Oh, and then you have committee meetings you need to go to. And then you have other meetings that come up out of the blue with subjects that need your attention as well. So yeah, it was more than just a couple meetings, but I thought he knew that.
He loves a meeting. He loves a good meeting. And he loves to meet over coffee, breakfast, lunch. Did I say coffee? I think he keeps Black Horse on Broad in business. He's there at least twice a day.
He has his routine. I mean, he goes to Black Horse, I think twice a day.
Black Horse is his second home.
There have been times where I've been like racing down Broad Street from the country club to get to a board meeting, and I see this white Range Rover and I go, no, that can't be him. And he turns in and he goes and he gets his coffee. But somehow he makes it there around the same time I do it. I haven't quite figured out how he does that.
For the last probably 8 years, Brad has allowed me to charge all my coffee drinks to his account at Black Horse. And it's kind of a bribe, I realize that, but it's the nicest thing Brad's ever done for me. So, for example, this morning I was there with like 5 guys, and we just drank coffee for 3 hours. It was a great time. Thank you, Brad. Really appreciate that.
We do keep them in business. The amount of money that we've spent at Black Horse since they've opened, we probably could have gone on multiple vacations.
The weekend, you think you just want to sit down, but no, he mows the lawn, tries to exterminate these gophers.
I think his number one pet peeve is the gophers that are the challenge in his backyard.
One of his enemies is the gophers. He has spent more money on exterminating gophers where we live. Brad, the gophinator.
If you survived in our household, you have to have a sense of humor. And he was always able to laugh with others and at himself.
It's like someone with a sly sense of humor combined with someone just full of dad jokes.
Sense of humor, I don't think he's that funny. I think he thinks he is, but it's kind of cringy.
We kind of give each other the Jim Carrey expressions, facial expressions. We'll kind of look across the room and give each other a little big chin, just kind of like.
I think he's a really solid person on so many different levels. He's loyal and he's compassionate. He has a really quiet leadership style.
He brings people together. He has the ability, unlike so many people I interact with, to really bring people together. And we see that happening here every day at our company, but also I see it within the chamber too.
He never feels he's better than everybody else.
Very proud of him for all the extra effort that he puts in to not just his professional career and his job, which is very demanding, but to all the other things that he does as well.
You're a man of action. You do things without complaining. You get it done. You be the ball. We're lucky to have you. The community is lucky to have you.
You're a stud of a father, and you're a stud in the community.
You've done a great job with the chamber. You've done a great job with our company. And I look forward to working with you many, many years.
Just remember who your real boss is, me.
I may let you beat me in horse, but you will never beat me in one-on-one.